Good evening, live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Here we present to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headline. Intensified monitoring of the financial and accounting procedures are the main points of monitoring program on information technology. The Board of Directors of Capital Market Authority agrees on the transformation of Muscat Securities Market to a company owned by the government. And Duqm Quarries project company obtains Yusuf Kratra rights to operate quarrying and mining sector in the special economic zone in Duqm. Thank you for joining us. And now, direct to the details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a cable of thanks from His Excellency Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, President of Egypt, in reply to His Majesty's cable of greetings on October the 6th anniversary. The Arab government are heading towards intensifying the monitoring on the financial and accounting procedures of the public money through specific programs. This was stressed by the participants in the monitoring program on information technology held in Muscat. The program came in coordination with Arab Organization for Financial and Accounting Monitoring. The current situation in Arab regional led to the mismanagement of some of the public money through illegal means, and in that regard, the participants discussed the possible ways to deal with such cases as well as to exchange expertise in this field. The Board of Directors of Capital Market Authority agreed on the transformation of Muscat Securities Market, MSM, to a company owned by the government. It also discussed in its meeting a number of topics related to the development of capital and insurance sectors. It is worth mentioning that MSM was established back in 1988, and despite the challenges at the period, it had a good start. The transformation of MSM to a company will be in line with the latest developments in this field, especially when the competitiveness among capital markets became a major element in attracting foreign investments, in addition to the technological developments that handle the transactions and other businesses. Highlighting and boosting the existing cooperation between the Sultanate and Pisa University of Italy in cultural and archaeological fields was the main aspects discussed during the meeting held between His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of Diwan of the Royal Court, and Professor Paolo Maria Mancarera, a Chancellor of Pisa University, who is currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Mohammed Al Rawaz, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. To follow up the restoration project of Salud Fort in Wilaya of Buhla, His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Mohammed Al Rawaz, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs, visited the fort accompanied by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television, and Professor Paolo Maria Mancarella, Chancellor of Pisa University, and Professor Alessandra Fenzeni, Head of Italian Archaeological Mission. His Excellency, the advisor during the visit, got acquainted with the course of work of the restoration procedures at the fort, considered one of the most important archaeological sites in the Sultanate. The excavation work carried out by the university mission with the support and supervision of the Sultan's Advisor Office for Cultural Affairs showed that the site was linked to the emergence of the Aflaj system and the presence of tombs on top of Mount Salud and remains of settlements dating back to the early Bronze Age, in addition to 2 phases of construction that date back to the Iron Age and another settlements dating back to the 12th century AD. Watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Omani Student Society in Victoria, Australia marks the graduation of the 2017 batch of students. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Fields of military cooperation between the Sultanate and the United States of America were reviewed by Major General Salim bin Musallam Qatam, a commander of the National Defense College, and Rear Admiral Jeffrey A. Hurley, president of the U.S. Naval War College. They exchanged expertise and arranging mutual visits between the two colleges. Royal Oman Police has received a new batch of nominated officers in Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences. The officers will undergo a foundation program that includes military exercises to provide them with field skills in addition to academic programs in order to acquaint with legal and police sciences. The new officers are holding bachelor and diploma degrees in various specializations like engineering, sociology, business and information technology, and went through a number of entrance exams and interviews before they were selected for joint to Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences. A newly established entity, Duqm Quarries Project Company, obtained the usufruct rights to manage and operate the quarrying and mining sector in the Special Economic Zone in Duqm. In a press statement, Engineer Ali bin Abdullah Zidgali, manager of Duqm Quarries Project, stressed that the establishment of the company aims to regulate the quarrying sector in CZ, maintains this national wealth, strengthen supervision and control the activities related to the sector, and employ them to serve the national economy. He said the new company will also run the sand and gravel mines in addition to other activities related to the exploration of quarries for the extraction of stones, sand and filling materials. He added that the activities of the company include investment management in this sector and management of mining and quarrying contracts and other related activities. Oman Broadband Company OBC signed an agreement with the Zain Real Estate Development to provide a high-speed fiber optic network in the construction sites implemented by Zain Real Estate Development. The agreement was signed by Engineer Saeed bin Abdullah Al-Mandari, Chief Executive Officer of OBC, and Mish'al bin Mohammed Al-Risi, Executive Director of Zain Real Estate Development. Under the terms of agreement, Oman Broadband Company will provide the infrastructure of a high-speed fiber optic network at the construction sites of Zain Real Estate Development Company in Sur, Al-Hadid, Al-Hail, Al-Adeba, Ghala Heights, and Muna and Rui. The Chief Executive Officer of OBC said that the agreement comes within the company's plan to develop the industrial, commercial and real estate areas by providing infrastructure capable of operating smart sites with very high specifications. The Minister of Commerce and Industry completed preparation of the list of authorized bodies to verify the liquid fuel pumps, which aims to verify the quantity sold and preserve the rights of the merchant and the consumer. The regulations apply to all fixed liquid fuel pumps installed at gas stations with the Sultanate or within the Sultanate. The ministry pointed out that after the adoption of the regulation, specialized companies will be able to register for authorization in the field of calibration of liquid fuel pumps in accordance with special standards and specifications. After that, the ministry will create a team of specialists to study the request of the authorized body and determine the date of the field visit. The Minister of Commerce and Industry continues the annual survey on industrial establishments in the Sultanate. In this regard, the ministry clarified that the number of forms received since the start of the survey reached 350 until now. It also said that the industrial establishments which will be covered by the survey are more than 900 in various governorates of the Sultanate. The ministry, through this annual survey, aims to provide a complete and modern database about the industrial sector, which will help in putting up the plans, programs and policies. The Omani Student Society in Victoria, Australia, marked the annual graduation of the 2017 batch of students. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi has more details. in the following report.
The journey of education may last for years. Spending it away from homeland and relatives has different meanings for students. After such a long journey, the graduation moment unfolds different feelings of the students in the ceremony that was held by the Omani Student Society in Victoria, OSSV.
I would like to congratulate the students, and I wish them all the best in the future. I'm sure they gain a lot of knowledge and experience, and I'm sure whatever they gain here, they will be able to apply back home in the development of our beloved country, Oman.
20 graduates from different Australian universities across the state of Victoria attended the ceremony. They completed their studies for bachelor's, master's and doctorate degrees.
I would like to convey this remarkable moment, as I said before, for everyone here, for all who has who is graduating right now, and also I would like to encourage others who is still on their study and continuing they're continuing and looking forward for their achievements.
The graduates expressed their joy and excitement after reaching this stage of their educational journey. Their feelings of pride towards the homeland were also present in their expressions.
My feelings are mixed up. I'm happy and sad at the same time. I'm so happy that I achieved something like I couldn't even imagine achieving. I'm sad because it's a period that it's over. I met a lot of good friends, a lot of new people that I don't know if I'll see them again. But I'm really happy for what I achieved, and I'm really sad that I'm leaving. Hopefully coming back one day soon, I don't know when.
It wasn't easy, but it was full of joy, full of blessings, and I have learned a lot. And I will do my best to carry this message to my country and improve things in there.
In addition to honoring the graduates, the ceremony also honored the active members of the Omani Student Society in Victoria in appreciation of their efforts in supporting their colleagues. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
U.S. Secretary of State meets Saudi King Iraqi minister in Riyadh. The U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson participated in the inauguration meeting of the Saudi Arabia-Iraq Coordination Committee in Riyadh today. Tillerson joined Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi and Saudi Arabia's King Salman for the meeting. Tillerson will seek Saudi financial generosity and political support for Iraq, its embattled northern neighbor. Two U.S. officials said Tillerson hopes the Saudis will contribute to the massive reconstruction projects needed to restore pre-IS life in Iraqi cities such as Mosul and lend their backing to Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi. Iraq and Saudi Arabia, estranged for decades, have been trying in recent years to bridge their differences. Kurds demand actions from Russia of Iraqi blockade. Kurdish protesters were outside the Russian consulate in Erbil waving Kurdish flags and holding up placards showing Russian President Vladimir Putin. The protest comes 2 days after Iraqi troops seized the town of Altum Kopri from Kurdish forces after a brief but intense fight on Friday. Last month's Kurdish referendum that gave a positive result for independence from Iraq has precipitated the crisis. The boundaries of the country's autonomous Kurdish region have long been a source of conflict between Baghdad and Erbil, the Kurdish regional capital, and the changes this week were most dramatic to occur since 2014 when the Peshmerga took over positions abandoned by Iraqi forces in the face of advancing Daesh militants. Following the referendum, Moscow has said it supports the territorial integrity of states in the area, but has not withdrawn its representative from the Kurdish capital Erbil, despite requests from Baghdad for all foreign representatives to withdraw from the Kurdish region. Exit polls suggest Abe's coalition is returned to power. Exit polls indicated that Japanese voters have returned Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's ruling coalition to power in national elections today. Japanese media released projections of the results shortly after polls closed at 8 p.m. local time. Abe dissolved the lower house less than a month ago, forcing the snap election up for grabs. Are 465 seats in the parliament's more powerful lower house, which chooses the prime minister. An election victory would boost Abe's chances to head his Liberal Democratic Party for another 3 years after this current term and next September. That could extend his premiership to 2021, giving him more time to pursue his long-held goal of revising Japan's post-war constitution. The 5 living former U.S. presidents put aside politics and appeared together for the first time since 2013 at a concert to raise money for victims of the devastating hurricanes in Texas, Florida, Louisiana, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Democrats Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Jimmy Carter, and Republicans George H.W. and George W. Bush gathered in College Station, Texas, to try to unite the country after the storms. Grammy Award winner Lady Gaga made a surprise appearance at the One American Appeal concert that also featured Rock and Roll Hall of Famer soul man Sam Moore and Texas musicians Laylie Lovett and Robert Earl Keen. President Donald Trump did not attend, but offered a video greeting that avoided his past criticisms of the former presidents and called them some of America's finest public servants. The last time the 5 ex-presidents were together was in 2013, when Obama was still in office at the dedication of George W. Bush Presidential Library in Dallas. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of South Sharqiya and Al-Wusta. Winds will be northerly to northeasterly, light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Intensified monitoring of the financial and accounting procedures are the main points of monitoring program on information technology. The Board of Directors of Capital Market Authority agrees on the transformation of Muscat securities market to a company owned by the government. And Dukum Quarries Project Company obtains usufruct rights to operate quarrying and mining sector in the Special Economic Zone in Dukum. With that, we do come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From the entire news team here in the studio and the newsroom, we do thank you for joining us, and good night.